YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Greatmillstone. Peace and salutation to all you are my dears pushing the truth in love and sincerity. Just a little lesson I think I'm going to do. It's entitled Into the Word Church and where this word church come from. Alright. So many of our people, they love to say, you going to church on Sunday? Oh child, I ain't going. I got plenty things to do. Oh child, yeah man, I can be right there. I can be right there. The pastor gave a good speech last week. So I can't miss that this week. And they have no idea why they going there. Just so they say they're going there for a good speech. A motivational speech. That's what they're going there for. They ain't getting nothing out of it. They just go there breaking all the laws of the Most High. Following these pagan laws. Doing everything the pagan is doing. Doing everything the heathens is doing. Alright? When the Lord said line out the ways of the heathens. You ever check it? You ever sit down and check to see what they do? You ever pick up the Bible and read to see exactly what the words say as to what exactly they are doing? Pick up the Bible, read it, and then apply it to what they're doing inside it and see if it line up. Alright? So then you're not wasting much time. Let's get right into it. Alright? In the majority of English Bibles that you will see today in today's society, you will see the word church. Alright? And I'm going to break it down in a minute. It's used as a rendering for a Greek word, ecclesia. Right? This is an error in translation. Okay? The Greek word ecclesia means call out. Outcalling. And is also in English in reference to an assembly, such as a meeting or an outgathering. In Hebrew, the word translated congregation or assembly is qahal. Right? So here, qahal means congregation or assembly. Right? And let's get that right here in the Greek Strong's Concordance. Alright, qahal. Okay. I just have to print this off a little bit. So you can just see. Okay. Qahal. Alright. H6951. Right? Means congregation, assembly, company, multitude. Right? Assembly, company, congregation, convocation, assembly. Alright? Now the word ecclesia, alright, in the Strongs too. Alright. I had to print these out so I could show, so I could prove, because the words say prove all things. Hold faster, which is good. Alright. Ecclesia means church. Alright. Now you see that word church. Assembly. Alright. A gathering of citizens called out from their homes into a public place. Yeah? Call out from their homes into a public place. Now keep that in mind now. They will call out. Alright? Out of their homes into some public place. Alright? Assembly. Assembly of people convened at the public place of the council for the purpose of deliberating. Right? The assembly of Israelites. Now that word assembly, I read that a few times. Alright? Now why they didn't use that word assembly in the New Testament? Okay? Now we can get to that a little later on. Alright? Further on to say, an assembly of Christians gathered to worship in a religious meeting. A company of Christians. And I'm glad to say it Christians too, rather than saying Israelites. Alright, because we know that a congregation and assembly, the Lord, that's how the Lord called us, his people. You know, a congregation and assembly. He didn't call us no Christians. Alright. So this is more here on Ecclesia. This is a little more information. You know. You can stop that and you can pause it if we go back there, right? The principle of assembly of ancient Athens during the Golden Age. Right? A British think tank examining the role of religion in public life. A 4-year Christian boy college, right? You know, let's keep on going on. Right? See, a Reformation declaration against the church in England of the late Middle Age. Right? Now, let's move on. Right? So in the Hebrew word, the word translated congregation or assembly is Qoal. Okay? Qoal. Now this little piece of information is a very key for many reasons. Right? And because of the lack of effort put into correcting this mistranslation, the people are being deceived into believing something that never existed. What is untold to the people is that when the Mosseret, which is the Jewish faction, those fake Jews inside our land, got their hand on our Hebrew text, one of their purposes was to replace the chosen people of the Most High, Israel, with a new term represent a new body of people, in which that term is the word church. Alright? Now, the Lord never called his people in the Old Testament church. The Lord called his people congregation and assembly. Alright? This word along with the word Christian were instituted and replacement in the New Testament covenant for Israel, whereas in the Old Testament covenant, the word church and Christian never existed. Just as I said, never existed. You can't even find it inside the Old Testament. But you ask these so-called Christians that they'll say, it right in here. It right in here. So if it's right in here, where can I find it? Since it's inside there. Alright? The words that were used in regards to the chosen people of the Most High were the words congregation and assembly. Alright? He didn't use no words like church. That ain't his style. That ain't the Most High style by calling us church. You know? His style by calling us congregation. Gather the congregation together. Assemble my assembly together. Huh? When you search the word of the Most High, you will find the big difference in word uses, such as the word church is mentioned 111 times in the New Testament and 0 times in the Old Testament. Then upon the further examination, you discover that the word that Israel is mentioned 73 times in the New Testament covenant, but 2,220 times in the Old Testament covenant. Now, if the church, as it is promoted in this society, was so important, how come the Most High never mentioned it to his people, the Israelites? He never mentioned it to us. Huh? Simply why? Simply because that ain't his fashion, that ain't his style. Huh? So you Christians, you know, so the Christians would tell you this. Malachi 3:6. You know Malachi 3:6? Let me get that. The Lord said he changes not. Alright? They'll tell you that. Okay? The Christians, they will tell you all kind of garbage, and they don't even know what they're speaking. They contradict their own self. Alright? Malachi 3:6. For I am Yahawah, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Alright? They will tell you that. So, if he change not, then why is the word come into effect if he changed not? Why did that word come into effect? Yeah? That word is supposed to come there. Alright? That because those so-called troglodytes, them are crackers who inside our land and inside Europe, they change it. Right? And what the Lord say in Revelation 22:19? Huh? Let's get that. You know? But these old crackers, they like to change up stuff. You know? They love to change up stuff. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. Alright? That's what they did. Now let's go to Obadiah. Alright? Let's go to Obadiah. Go there quick. Alright? But see these crackers, them, they love switching up things, you know. They love doing that. You know, they get our people and following them. You see? Obadiah 1:18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for a stubble. Esau, these old white troglodytes, these crackers. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for YAHAWAH, our father, our power, the God of our fathers Abraham and Jacob, had spoken it. So then surely they will be dying, they get cut right off, they will be cut off out of existence. I don't think the Lord's play. The Lord don't play. All damn fooling, eh? So let's examine the word church, you know, and come. Let's examine the word church comes from, where the word church comes from, and what it really means. All right. So you could get the word what I said a little earlier, congregation and assembly. You get that throughout all the Old Testament. You find it in Exodus 12:3, Leviticus 4:13, Leviticus 8:5. You know, throughout the whole book of Leviticus. You know, mostly the tabernacle of the congregation you find in Leviticus. You know, Numbers 1 and 2, Deuteronomy 23, 2 and 3, Joshua 8:35. You know, just to name a few. You know, 1 Samuel 22 and 22, you know, and goes right on. You know, the word assembly, you can find Genesis 49:6, Exodus 12:6, Leviticus 4:13, Numbers 8:9, Daniel 5:22, Judges 20:2, 1 Samuel 17:47, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Nehemiah, Psalms, Proverbs, Jeremiah, Lamentation, Ezekiel, Joel, Zephaniah. You cannot find church nowhere in that. You cannot find church nowhere in that.